Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Whack Whack Attack. Today is January 9th, and I'm back. So I took off for a couple of weeks over the holidays. Episodes were very sporadic, and I wasn't making many, so I wasn't around, right? And now I'm back. I'll be back every day, 5 days a week, and Launchpad on top of that, and I'm really excited about it. I'm also really excited about how close we are, tantalizingly close, to a new all-time high on the ETH ratio for Rocket Pool. So just a little while ago, we got this trade came through. It peaked the ratio at 0.02032. The all-time high is 0.02037. So it's tantalizingly close to a new all-time high. It's kind of been like flirting with these numbers all night. For the last maybe 12 hours or so, it's been like tantalizingly close. The bull run, this mini bull run, this like push to the all-time high has been taking place over the last 24, 48, 30, like 72 hours or so. There's been some good momentum building, but this move to the all-time high is looking really, really good. So I'm going to keep a close eye on that. We're a little bit away now because we got this big sell that just came through a little while ago. But I'm going to keep an eye on the price as I'm recording the episode. And I had a dream last night that we were going to get a new all-time high while I was recording the episode. So he is hoping we get that. So let's move on. Have a look at these charts. So as you can see from the chart here, the Rocket Pool price movement has pretty much been up and to the right the whole time of its existence, like roughly speaking. There were a few years here between like maybe 2019 to 2019 to the middle of 2020 that was kind of flat, and then we had a couple more lows towards the beginning of 2021, but after that it's been pretty much like this amazing upward trajectory right here. And right now we're about to see all-time highs again. So let's have a look at this chart right here and see what it looks like. So previously on September 10th, September 11th, somewhere around there is when we hit the previous all-time high in the ratio. Now we got some wicks that took us a little bit higher than this number, but the official number that we decided as a community, and since I'm the keeper of the all-time high ratio on the Discord channel, we said that it was 0.02037. So right now we're like bang up to that number again. So these last few months, since basically the FTX collapse, the ratio then went down to 0.0117, I think. So we're up like nearly, like 70%, I think, on the ratio in that time, which is absolutely incredible. So yeah, this is a really bullish moment. I've been saying for the last like month or 2 months now that, we're on a hype ladder leading up to withdrawals and Atlas and everything around that. And this is just that playing out now, right? I saw an article in Trading, someone posted that if you get listed by Binance, that gives you about a 41% pump on average, like a sustained pump on average. We are one of the biggest tokens in all of cryptocurrency who are not listed on Binance at the moment, and that's not like a rival exchange token or something like that. So the chance of getting on Binance soon are pretty good. I'm very excited about that. But what I'm more excited about is I think today is the day that the next audit for Atlas starts, and then we're aiming for the end of February, beginning of March for Atlas release, which will bring LEB8s. The team is working on the official post about what's included in that, and that should be here, I think, any day now, which is really exciting to see. And then we'll have ETH Denver, and we'll then also have Ethereum withdrawals at the end of March, maybe beginning of April. So it's really exciting. It's a really exciting time to be in Rocket Pool community, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this. Okay, so another great thing that's happened over the last few days is, over the last week now, week and a half, is the start of the grants applications. People have started submitting their requests. I'm sorry that the left of this screen, actually, let me just move it. So there's GMC call for grant applications. So we've already gotten some grant applications here. We got some from Adali and also from Patches, and there were a grant from application from me for rocket fuel, from Noshua, and from a few other people. So people are like putting in grants for like the rescue node for Patches, or translation stuff from people. For me, obviously, if it's rocket fuel, Noshua is doing requested a grant for analyzing the ODAO, which is really cool to see. And then we also have the bounty applications. So let me just give you a quick overview of what the three different grant categories are. So the first one is the GMC call for grant applications. So this is when you personally, or the team that you're involved with, wants to do some work that will take place starting now going into the future, and you want RPL for that, basically like funding for that. That's what the grant application is for. The next kind of reward we have is a retroactive, a bounty. Let me just explain what a retroactive grant is first. So a retroactive award application is for work that you did for Rocket Pool that has completed, so it's finished. So another application I put in was for previous episodes of Rocket Fuel, from August up to January 1st, basically. So I asked for a retrospective award for that. So that's work that's finished, completed. It's not going to go back and change necessarily unless that's specified. That would then be a grant, separate grant. And then the third kind of reward is something called a bounty application. This is for something where you feel like the work should be done. It's just you're not the person to do that work. So you create a bounty, and within that, then the committee can decide about how the bounty would be paid out, whether it's for the first person who finishes that, the project that meets the criteria, or whether it's the best project that meets the criteria, etc. So that is for work that you either don't want to do or can't do yourself, but you think should get done. Then you submit a bounty application, and that will then get paid out. So let me give an example of a bounty application here. We have Valdorf, who wrote Valdorf wrote a bounty application for clean answers to frequently asked questions, including block diagrams to improve upon what's in support /support template use. So questions like, how does Rocket Pool work? How do I get rETH as a node operator? Blah, blah, blah. So these things are like opening the information for the community as a whole, and people can then decide that they want to take on that project and start doing the work and then get paid for it. So for this one is 5 to 10 Rocket Pool RPL for an adequate to fantastic answer. Fantastic answer is not only accurate but easily understood and shared. So that's the kind of stuff that goes into the bounty applications. So the applications will finish on January 15th. I am a member of the GMC, the Grants Management Committee, so I can't really say too much about the different grants that are in there right now. Please go and have a look. There is also this thread called January 2023 GMC Community Discussion of Submitted Applications. So here we have people commenting on what they think of each application, or they ask clarifying questions, or for more details. So definitely pop into here, have a look, and leave feedback or leave ideas, because I think people will find that really valuable. So yeah, if you haven't applied for a grant yet, apply. Whether that's work you've already completed, that's work whether you want to do, or whether that's work you think someone else should do. So yeah, I'm excited to see your application. Okay, next we have what do we have next? Yeah, we had this really great discussion that kind of came up about grants, and I think it shows like some of the spirit of the community, which is really cool. So Patches said they were talking about like Atrocity said, is there any current reimbursement for rocket scientists? And Patches says, good calm on occasional beer. Many of us don't accept tips. And then Atrocity had this comment saying, Superfizz, super tips on occasion. I'm just wondering what can be done about the marked differential in hourly rates asked for on the grants forum. Whether people should be paid what they think they are worth, or if there should be some standard community wage. And this really sparked a whole conversation that went on for a few hours. So I'm not going to get into the whole of it, but it's definitely worth you going back and checking the links below and reading this conversation, because there was a lot of really good argument on different positions. Patches said, Superfizz has been a very generous Wealth Alter proxy. I believe he also sent some of his own money. He sent some of his own money once, though he pretends he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Also, I think I'm worth more than what my grant proposal implies. I just don't want to put undue burden on the PDAO when the ODAO is going to be paying the rocket scientists soon. So Waldorf replied by saying, this is what's known as the GMC's problem. And Atrocity says, it just seems our treasury will be quickly depleted by paying all deserving parties $100 per hour. So this, Waldorf said, if it's meant to be an incentive and not just a pity pay, I think $100 is a bare minimum. So yeah, depending on what work people are doing, $100 can be way less than what they're worth. And Patches says $100 an hour is half of my consulting rate. And yeah, so this discussion kind of went on. It was really interesting. And I wanted to bring up this other comment from Patches, kind of showing why he was only asking for $20 an hour. He says, for the rescue node, normally I would bill at least $100 an hour for that kind of work, probably $150 an hour. But I'm billing the PDAO, of which I'm a member, so there's a discount. It was very fun to build, so there's a discount. I don't want the grant to be jeopardized by an outsized compensation. I want the project to succeed because I know it will help people and I want to help people. $20 an hour is what I would ask for a non-profit if I really believed in it, for instance. So here Patches is kind of giving his rationale for why he's asking for the money that he's asking. And this whole discussion was, I think, absolutely fantastic. So if you do have a few minutes, go back and read it, because there's a lot of discussion about basically the kind of work that's done and how much it might be worth. And like Waldorf said, this is definitely a GMC problem. So we'll be discussing that in our meetings for sure. Okay, next we had this ping that was shared by Jasper, and I don't have too much information here, so we'll be waiting for more information coming. But there's a post by YJN who says, hey all, this is Johan from the Polygon DeFi team, and I've spoken to Langas earlier today about our plans to help expanding our ETH and also increasing its adoption and composability within Polygon DeFi. I would like to reach out to the IMC to have a look at our detailed proposal regarding the same, and then there's a link to a Google Doc for the IMC proposal. So that's all the information we have right now. So it seems like people from Polygon want to make our ETH more like a bigger money Lego in their ecosystem, which I totally welcome. I think that would be fantastic. So if they can incentivize that constructively with the IMC, I think that would get some really good uptake. So yeah, as soon as I hear more about what's going on with that, I'll definitely let you all know. I asked Jasper, he linked to a tweet and he says Polygon and RETH, and please boost this post. But I think he tweeted the wrong tweet. So maybe I'm mistaken, but maybe that's what it is. So I'm just waiting for more information from Jasper. Okay, next we had this tweet thread from who said in September 2022, Ethereum successfully switched from proof of work to proof of stake. This change created many second order effects for investment opportunities. This thread will focus on one of the liquid staking derivatives, RPL. So in this thread, they go on to talk about drivers for the thesis. There's 4 of them. ETH staking percentage will increase. LSD dominance will increase. LSD is not a winner take all and more oligopolistic in nature. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of that word. And rocket pool percent of LSD will increase. So they kind of go through in this tweet thread, which is 13 or 14 tweets long, about what they think will happen and how things are going to be projected going forward. There are 14 tweets in total. So one of the things that they shared is this image. It's kind of based on Marceau's modeling, but they changed the numbers and kind of like the projections. And it says currently there's 40% RPL staked, and by December 2024 they want 65% RPL staked. I think the number will be higher. Then ETH in supply, they want it to go from 167,000 to 5.6 million. percent number of ETH staked. At that point, I think there'll be 30 million, up from 15 million now, or 16 million now, I guess. And then Rocket Pool market share will go up to 20%, which is where we will self cap. ETH collateral per validator 2, so we'll have LEB 2s there. RPL collateralization will be 12%. I think will be a bit higher than that as well. So the outcome, according to this thesis, is RPL market cap will be 1,040,000, and then RPL ETH price will be 0.055, and multiple projected price multiple will be 3.32 from here. So this is quite bullish, of course, compared to some of the other theses we have for price projections. It's on the lower end of that. In fact, this might be one of the lowest ends that I've seen, along with Logreet the Bard, who's the ETH finance tokenomics and DeFi expert. So yeah, it's still got some good information here that you might want to have a look at. So check out that tweet thread. Okay, next we have this interesting thing that happened. Ramana made a post on Friday about buying more RPL. He says, for each distinct heart emoji on this message at midnight, I will buy 42 RPL. And there was 16 minutes to midnight at this point. So this post received 20 different hearts. Actually, it turns out to be 21 different hearts, because this one right here has 2 hearts in it. So yeah, what happened was people started to click the emojis, and they got a lot of hearts. So what happened was the maximum number of hearts is 20 that I could get. So it got 20 hearts. And then if you have a look, I said someone POAP this. So then Kane worked together with other people in the community. Were kind of bouncing around ideas, and then we got this POAP, which is right here. Ramana gets more love than he hoped for. 21 heart emojis, 882 RPL, and then there's the date, January 6th of 2023. And yeah, so I then submitted the paperwork for that POAP, and I distributed it. And I started the distribution of it today. Ramana got his, and then I've sent it to Kane, and I'm waiting for Kane to claim his as number 2, and then I'll distribute it wider to everyone else. So it's nice when the community comes together to do fun things like this. And also we got the little price bump from Ramana's buy, which you can see right here on the bot. So it was really cool. And he did well on that, because the ratio that he bought it, I was just under 0.018. So he's already up 10% on the ratio, which is fantastic. And actually a bit more up on the price. So good job. Okay. Oh yeah, we already saw that. Okay. And then next we had this, share. Ken shared the weekly roll up by the Bankless team. And here they're talking about LSDs. So let's have a quick listen.
And so and because of withdrawals as a conversation, people are just thinking that just like the attention is going to be on the LSD meta. And so that's why we're talking about this right now. The LSD trade has definitely shown up in the charts. You can see it. Whether I think the staking supply will go down, I bet you in the quarter, in the 3-month period, it will be net up. So I bet you it could be down for a month. Maybe it's down for 2 months. By around 3 months, I'm pretty confident that whatever withdrawal, the net withdrawals happen, will have already happened, and we'll be up into the right once again.
So LSD doing well. So is Arbitrum.
Arbitrum
had it.
Yeah, so on the screen they shared an image that was showing that the LSD tokens are going up in price. So this was recorded on Thursday last week. So since then it's been up only. Almost all the crypto market as a whole has been up, but LSD tokens have been outperforming ETH and other assets like strongly. So it's really great that we're getting some good, this whole narrative is building up, this LSD trade kind of thing that was happening during the merge as well. And that's when we had our previous all-time high, current all-time high technically. And it looks like that narrative is starting to build up now, but we're still 2.5 months pretty much away from withdrawals. So I think we've got a whole lot to run up, and especially with all the great stuff that's happening with Rocket Pool, I think it's going to be really fantastic. So yeah, this is awesome to see. Okay, next we have this great POAP that Jasper released, but the POAP is in on a way to honor the translation of his tweet thread his article that he wrote about rETH flipping STETH, and that got translated to Chinese. And as part of that translation, there was this POAP released, which is an absolutely beautiful POAP that I already minted. Oh, it says media cannot be played. Well, it's a GIF POAP, so you can have a look at that. It says, protecting Ethereum is global. I'm proud to announce in collaboration with Ethereum CN, the Chinese release of Why Paradigm Was Wrong, how rETH will flip STETH this Monday. So that went out today to honor... Oh, okay, sorry, Jasper, but we just got a new all-time high, which is absolutely amazing to see. Oh no, it's not a new all-time high, it's an old RPL. That doesn't count. Sad times. Okay, let's go back to Jasper. That's old RPL. Old RPL has very little liquidity, so it doesn't count. Let me just... Old RPL. Blah. Yeah, it doesn't have much liquidity, so it moves a lot faster either way, up or down. So that is not really an all-time high. That needs to be a new RPL. So yeah. Ugh. Anyway, sorry, Jasper. To honor the translators and the artists, we are releasing the special POAP. So the POAP went out. I already minted mine. It's $5 to mint the POAP using POAP checkout, and it's really, really great to see that it's also being translated to Spanish, and the paper's getting a lot of traction. Obviously, we released the Launchpad episode last week that we talked about Jasper's journey in crypto, and then we spent the last third of the episode talking about his paper. It's extremely exciting. I read it twice, once for the audiobook, so I'm sure a lot of you guys have listened to it already. So yeah, mint that POAP. This is a really interesting comment by Hodger, who says, who's talking about the premium. So Grey Lobster was saying, is there any reason to believe that the rETH premium will increase? So then Hodger says, I can't see any fundamentals that would drive an increase in the rETH premium over the next few months. LEB8s are bearish for the premium. Withdrawals are bearish for the premium. Deposit pool size increase is bearish for the premium. So I think this is a really interesting point that Hodger is making here, and one that I agree with. However, I think there might still be some scope for a premium for the next couple of months until, next 6 weeks or so, until Atlas is released. Once Atlas is released, I think the premium is going to go away, maybe for a long time, if not forever. And the reason for that is just there's so many people with mini pool 16s that are wanting to change to mini pool 8s that will be taking up a whole lot of rETH from the deposit pool. But until then, I think it might slowly creep up. So what happened over the last week was there was a rETH Vail who started selling their rETH to eat into the premium. And then the ETH that they were swapping back into, they were using that to start staking. So they were arbing the premium twice, basically. So they did really, really well with that arb. I think they ended up with over 16 or 20 ETH or something like that, which is absolutely fantastic. So the premium went down to less than 1%. However, since then, it's kind of creeped back up again above 1%. But I think that there might be one last run for the premium before the premium's gone for either forever or for a very long time. So if you've got ETH waiting, it might be worth it to swap. And then we've got this other comment from Hodger who was saying, just kind of browse in. I was just kind of enjoying browsing the ETH node location data and noticed more than 50% of the ETH nodes on Australia are Rocket Pool nodes. Obviously have caveat with the fact node location scraping is limited accuracy. 25% of Rocket Pool nodes say that their time zone is ETC, etc. So there's 95 validators in Australia, and 50% of the Australian nodes are taken. Sorry, Rocket Pool. So ETH nodes are 162 and 95 Rocket Pool nodes in Australia. So more than 50%, and Sasano is part of that as well, and the Rocket Pool team. So it's really cool to see that. Okay, next we had this thing by Vail who said, okay, need some advice, people. If you're going to buy a sticker of a POAP you liked, do you want a white border around it or no? So then there's 2 stickers of POAPs. So I think what Vail is doing is he's going to set up a service that will let you print out POAPs as stickers that you can stick on your laptop, on your water bottle, on whatever you like sticking stickers on. And in this one, I'm sharing it because he's got the rocket fuel supporter POAP, which was one of the first POAPs I sent out after rocket fuel was released. So yeah, I really love the POAPs. I really love what Vail is doing with these. So I'm excited to buy some POAP print stickers from Vail. Thanks for doing that. Okay, next we have this really amazing / scary thing that Invis, as a bot that Invis worked on. That's basically going to mean I lose my job. So what is the bot? It's using GPT chat style AI to write summaries of the previous time period of trading's chat. So what the bot does is extracts the messages and then finds out what people were talking about and then gives you a summary of like the last X number of messages. So for example, here it says chat summarization of the last 140 messages. In this chat log, members discuss topics ranging from Ramana's POAP experiment to Fanless cases, Rocket Pool nodes, and the current US House Speaker vote. Everyone seemed to be in agreement that Adada is the best of us and should not be judged too harshly because they buy and sell constantly. Oh, Adada was back. I forgot to mention that. It was great to see Adada back trading and losing money. As the best of us and should not be judged too harshly. Also, they discussed how precision is inherently limited when it comes to node location scraping and trading. Lastly, they discussed the aesthetics of a sticker with or without a border and concluded that the border looked better. So this is absolutely amazing. It still does make mistakes and it still glosses over information or misattributes it or slightly misunderstands it. But in general, it's fantastic. It's a really, really good bot. And yeah, thank you to Invis for making this. I really am impressed by some of the stuff that's happening with this chat GPT style stuff. Although he uses, I think, some software called DaVinci, which is from OpenAI too. I'm not exactly sure. But if you have a look at some of the things that it's produced, it's really great. So Fizz says he released a tweet saying, another day, another reason to love the Rocket Pool community. A chat summary box recognizes that the highlight of trading channel chat is users offering support and encouragement. This isn't circle jerk pumping, this is genuine community. And then the bot says, finally, they comment on each other's posts with words of support and encouragement. And Shoka says, the highlights that text, and Invis says, wholesome trading moment. So, trading, amazing community, the best community for all of these reasons and more. So it's really wonderful that even the AI is recognizing that. Next, we have Monday's episode. Is always this an issue where pages don't load. Why is this not loading? I don't know what's wrong with that tab. Everything else has been fine. Okay. I just refreshed it. Sorry, it's going to take a second. So as you all know, ETH Denver is happening. It's less than 2 months away now. And Ken asked me to ask you all that there's some hype going around. Here there's a link to trading tries to sabotage thing. I'll cover that tomorrow. So yeah, Ken, he's sharing these pictures of snow that are in Denver and in Breckenridge, and says some snow hype for you all from the holidays. This is a view of the Imperial Express lift at Breck, the highest ski lift in North America during a storm. So the snow looks absolutely beautiful and getting great powder so far. Hopefully the trends hold up for you all through March. So there's really good stuff going on. I think that it's going to be really great. The conference is going to be fantastic. As you all know, I'll be there. Also, we're still looking for volunteers at the Rocket Pool booth. So if you have some time while you're there, the more the merrier, people, because we anticipate it's going to be an extremely popular booth this year. So if you can come and spend a few minutes there, I think it will be really rewarding for you, also for the protocol as a whole. So get signed up, come to ETH Denver. It's going to be really great. And on that note, I'm going to stop recording. I know for sure that I've missed stuff from yesterday and from the last couple of weeks. From tomorrow, everything's going to be back to normal. So I hope that I'll miss fewer things. And I hope you all have a lovely start to your week, and see you tomorrow. Bye.